I have a 2-year-old and a 4-month-old, and it was time for me to fly alone with both of them. We decided that we wanted to go home to visit family for Thanksgiving, so we needed to make the trek back to Iowa and Illinois, but we have 2 dogs, so Addison actually did the 12-hour drive with our dogs while I flew with the kids. The perk of Addison driving is that I didn't have to bring any suitcases with me, so I really just had like diaper bags and then the kids. So I had to get the double stroller set up, get the kids out of the car. Callahan fell asleep on the way there, which was actually very nice. One thing about Vivian is she loves the airport, so she was super excited. And honestly, I wasn't that scared to travel with both of them because I was just feeling confident. I was like, it might be a little hard, but I've got this. This was also our first time using this stroller, so I was afraid that it wasn't going to fit through doorways for some reason, but it did, so that was a huge relief. Oh, and to add on to the craziness of what was already a crazy day, we had started potty training like 4 days prior to this trip, so this trip was a big test for Vivian and the new skills we were learning. We did have a successful potty break right when we got there, though, and then it was time to hit security. This is what I was most nervous about with both kids, just because it's so frantic and hurried. And by the way, if you didn't know, you can always travel with frozen breast milk and ice if you need to. It does get pulled for extra screening, but it's like 3 extra seconds and then you're done. I will say security went a lot smoother than I expected it to. Both kids did great. We got our things fast. Callahan was so excited to be on the train, and then when we got to like the gate area, I beelined for the United Club because I wanted some snacks and drinks. But when we were in the elevator, Vivian was like, "Mommy, I have to go potty," and I was like, "Oh my god, are we gonna make it?" But good news is we did make it, and they had a great diaper changing station for Callahan too. So we got our little setup with some snacks, some toys, and we all hung out there for a little bit. Vivian actually watched my TikToks on my phone while Callahan liked to watch the people walk by. And then it was time to feed him, which was a little hard because I had to try to keep Vivian still while feeding him, but he was fed and happy, and then it was time to find our gate. I also should have been more afraid than the security, because I had to deconstruct everything that we had to get it like ready for the plane. But thankfully, there are so many good people in the world, and this woman saw me doing it by myself, and she was like, "How can I help you?" So she helped me put everything in the bag that I had, fold up the stroller, and it was so nice, you guys. Oh, and Vivian got to go in the cockpit and meet the pilot. She was a little afraid in the moment, but afterwards, she wouldn't stop talking about it. She was so excited. If you're traveling with 2 kids, a carrier is a must, because I put him in there so that I could get Vivian all set up, and it was just so much easier than like trying to hold both of them. And he knocked out as soon as the plane took off, so I read a little bit, and then he woke up from his nap, and we were all just kind of vibing on the plane. I did get a glass of wine because I felt like I deserved it. If you have a baby who loves toys, get them a new toy for the flight, because Callahan was sat for this little strawberry teether thing. He loved it. And Vivian, of course, liked her movie. I did feed Callahan, and then Vivian said she had to go potty, and all I'm saying is one parent with 2 kids in an airplane bathroom is kind of scary, but it was successful. Also, always pack a ton of snacks when traveling with Vivian, because I feel like that keeps her entertained too. The whole day went so smoothly, but I'm not gonna lie, the last 5 minutes of the flight was kind of a mess. Like, Callahan wanted to eat, Vivian wanted to stand up. It was kind of hectic, but we finally made it off the flight, off the airplane. I should add that we landed at their bedtime, so they were both a little stir crazy, but you know what? Addison made it to the airport to pick us up, and we all made it. And I'll be doing it all over again in just a few days.